When it comes down to it, there are really only two kinds of gambler in this world. The gambler who will risk a few quid on very long odds, or the gambler who will risk a fortune on very low odds. In the end, what really matters is how well you handle losing. If he'd had it destroy you, well, you weren't really a gambler in the first place. Forgive me if I'm starting to sound like Kenny Rogers here.
I don't gamble.
Really? We need to insert this catheter to release pressure in her brain. You hit the wrong area and you wreck her brain forever. This procedure is your bread and butter. Get it right, no one's impressed. Get it wrong, it's catastrophic. So, how will we know we are pushing the catheter in the right direction?
You'll feel a give when the catheter enters the ventricle?
By that time you know you're right anyway, so that's not really going to help. Dr. Wilson?
I don't know.
Correct. We don't know. The odds are good. I'm an expert. But the stakes couldn't be higher. Her future. So, seems to me, Dr. Springer, you better learn how to gamble. You take Dr. Wilson for a glass of water while I collect my winnings?
I get it. The fluid off the brain, right? That's like your winnings.
No, my winnings off Shepherd here. He offered me 5-2. I wouldn't hit the occipital horn in one go.
Do you think we scared him too much?
I hope so, Shepherd. Sincerely hope so.
It was 2-1, by the way. Not 5-2.
Yeah. You see what time it is? What are you thinking? Why didn't you wake me?
I did wake you.
Have you seen what time it is? Where's the car? Wake up! Wake up!
What?
Where's the car?
I left it in town. Too much to drink.
Perfect, thanks. Left it in town. Give me that.
That's why...
He got beaten 5 lengths to York and the stable hasn't had a win all season and he's high in the weights. Here, hold on. Sir Matthews, please.
Nice of you to join us.
I look to you for many things, Shepherd. Sarcasm isn't one of them.
Well, I've been in the training course. Winning irony for the single male. When's Nick off?
Tomorrow. Leaving behind just memories, a large overdraft, and a bedroom that only government scientists are allowed to enter. Ah, Sally Fortune, pocket dynamo, walk beside me a while and share your wisdom.
Alison Bannister, 29-year-old woman, admitted through A&E.
Case history?
Didn't feel too good last night. Started with dizzy spells. Then she tried to speak, but the words wouldn't come. She's been having headaches and absences for some time, but her GP couldn't find anything wrong. And then she found she couldn't move her right arm. Thought she was having a stroke. MRI scan showed a tumour in the left temporal region, which is where you come in, I believe.
Where is she?
Over here.
This is Mr. Monroe, the surgeon I was telling you about.
And you are? I'm a neurosurgeon. I will tell you the truth at all times and you can ask me anything. Springer, go and talk to some patients, will you? Try not to be offensive or patronising, although I realise that your age, education and social class make this a virtually impossible request. Now, I know how strange it is to be in hospital, and I know how strange it is to sit by a bed like this. Give me your arms, please. Hold them up. That's it. Turn your hands, palms up. Close your eyes.
You're a surgeon. Is she going to need an operation?
What do you do for a job, Alison?
I work in a bank, giving mortgage advice.
OK. What's the best deal you can offer me in £100,000 property with a 20% deposit? Keep wiggling your fingers as you work it out.
A tracker, 4.15%. Works out at monthly payments of around £400.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
It's a buyer's market.
OK, I'll come back and talk to you once I've seen the results of your scan. OK.
What's your son studying at university?
Philosophy.
Well, I suppose if he's going to be on the dole for the rest of his life, he might as well have something to think about.
Shepherd, ready for a new day, resting with 3 pounds of pinky grey matter?
Just so I'm clear, you are talking about the brain, aren't you?
Yeah, hope you've got the funds to cover my winnings.
Don't need them. She's terrible on the soft. It's been pissing it down on Beverly since Monday.
Pissing it down on Beverly. Don't you just love the old songs the best?
Ha! Now, not forgetting that the scan reverses the image from the brain, what do you say to that?
Temporal lobe lesion.
No.
No.
Dr. Wilson, do you speak, or are you here in some kind of scheme for the disadvantaged?
High-grade glioma?
No. You say this. You bastard. Personalise the tumour. Name it after someone you hate. It is the enemy. There can only be one winner.
Does it have to be that aggressive?
You're taking your knife to someone's head. The only difference between you and a psychopath is good A-levels. Do you know what Voltaire said about medicine?
No.
Well, find out. Ah, Miss Bremner, fresh meat, I see.
Dr. Mullery, Dr. Whitney, surgical trainees. This is Mr. Monroe, neurosurgeon.
Is it me or your trainees better looking than my trainee?
I would love to stand here pretending to be amused by your lame badinage, but I've got a suspected tamponade coming in soon.
Badinage, tamponade, when she speaks, it's almost like poetry.
Mrs. Khan, age 65, road traffic accident.
When she's stabilised, she's got a compounded pressed skull fracture just for you.
So we'll be like a team?
Not a team, really. More like an unfortunate coincidence.
Who decided that her heart was the priority?
I did.
Not much point patching up her heart if she's brain dead when she gets to us.
I read your paper on mitral valve aftercare, Miss Bremner. I had a couple of questions.
You're intelligent. Put them in writing.
Springer, do I sense a preference for cardiac, or is it just lust?
No, she wrote this paper.
One thing you need to remember. The brain is a mysterious, multifaceted, miraculous, complex organ that contains our unique humanity. The heart, when it comes down to it, is just a pump. Number one, let's forget all this talk about tumours. Tumour is Latin for lump, okay? The other thing you should know is I am 99% certain that it is not cancerous.
Okay, that's good, isn't it?
The reason you've been unwell is that the tumour is in your temporal lobe just here. It's been causing pressure in your brain.
And will it happen again?
It will, and worse, it will grow. If we do nothing and let it grow, it will kill you. Can't say how soon, but it won't be any longer than 5 years.
It doesn't feel real. Doesn't feel like I've got a tumour. That sounds stupid, doesn't it?
It doesn't sound stupid.
And can you take it out?
I can. I'm very good at that. But there are some risks to surgery.
What kind of risks?
That's unlikely, but you could lose your memory. You could suffer paralysis down one side.
So it wouldn't be me anymore then, would it?
I'm sorry. I'll have to tell you the bad stuff that might happen.
But at the end of the day, it's my choice.
It is. But to be honest with you, it's not really a choice at all, is it?
I think it is. Mr. Monroe? I think it is.
Well upset. Oh, any sign of our car accident, Mrs. Khan?
Is that a genuine inquiry? Are you still niggling because a heart's taken priority over a brain?
I'd rather have a dodgy heart and a good brain. I'm sure Mrs. Khan would agree with me if she could.
I know cardiac isn't your specialism, so let me spell this out for you. Mrs. Khan is an elderly patient whose heart is bleeding as a result of a car accident. If I don't do something about that as soon as she gets here, she will die.
You're very defensive.
I'm not defensive. I'm just indifferent to your twinkly self-regard.
Talking of dodgy hearts, I'm going for a smoke.
Is this where you tell me the real story, is it?
It is. It'll kill you in the end.
You're the one doing the operating issue I'm worried about.
Have you cried yet?
Is that important?
It is, actually. You'd be surprised. Will she agree to the operation?
I don't know.
Do you want her to agree?
What would you do if you were in my position?
I would say, how soon can you do it? And before you ask, I've been in your position.
I just can't imagine my life without her. She's my best mate, you know. She's everything.
If you want her to have the operation, I've seen this 1,000 times, you go in there, you tell her you will love her no matter what the outcome is. That's how people are convinced, not with statistics, not with promises from surgeons, but with promises from loved ones.
If you want me to persuade her, then I want you to tell me the odds. That bad stuff happening.
1 in 10. How do you think she'd feel about those chances?
What about what I feel about her chances?
You say to her what she needs to hear to get through this. Well, your feelings just went on hold, mate. No offence, but your feelings don't count for shit right now.